Good morning, grade 7. Welcome to our science online class week 8. So before we start, make sure na meron kayong paper and pen. And kung meron kayong calculator, mas okay kasi meron po tayong problem solving na isa-solve for this day. So our topic for today is about concentration of solutions. So before we start, I want you to answer the pretest. So prepare your pen and paper. Okay, I will read the question and you will write the letter of the correct answers. For number 1, what is the percent by mass of 5.0 gram sugar dissolves in 150 grams of water? A. 2.23%, B. 3.23%, C. 6.23%, or letter D. 5.23%. Okay, write your answers. For question number 2 to 4, use the following choices below. A. Concentrated, B. Concentration, C. Dilute, D. Solutions. Okay, that is the choices. For number 2, what type of solution has relatively small amount of dissolved solute? A. Concentrated, B. Concentration, C. Dilute, D. Solution. Write your answer. Okay, for number 3, what do you call a type of solution that has relatively large amount of dissolved solute? A. Concentrated, B. Concentration, C. Dilute, D. Solution. Write your answers. Okay, for number 4, what is the term used to describe the amount of solute dissolved in a specific amount of solvent or solution? A. Concentrated, B. Concentration, C. Dilute, D. Solution. Write your answers. And for question number 5, what is the percent by mass of the solution containing 150 grams of dissolved table salt in 1,500 grams of water? A. 1%, B. 9.09%, C. 10%, or letter D. 99.99%. Write your answer. Okay, let's see if your answers is correct. Okay, answers for number 1 is letter C, number 2 C, number 3 A, number 4 B, number 5 A. So count the number of checks and write your score. Okay, so let's review what we have tackled last week. Okay, solutions are homogeneous mixture of two or more pure substances. It is a combination of solvent and solute. Water is considered as the universal solvent, but aside from water, alcohol and acetone can also be used as solvent. In a solution, solvent dissolves the solute, and the solute is the one that is being dissolved in a solution. One good example of solution is a salt solution. Salt is the solute and the water is the solvent. Solutions can also be saturated or unsaturated. So, tandaan natin na yung solution, considered siya as homogeneous mixture. Ibig sabihin, isang anulay na nakikita natin or uniform throughout. Yung solution ay binubuo ng solute at solvent. Tandaan, yung solute, siya yung laging nasa lesser amount o mas konti kasi siya yung tinutunaw. At yung solvent, siya yung laging mas madami kasi siya yung tumutunaw. Okay, tinatawag natin universal solvent yung water. Okay, yung water tsaka salt, pag pinaghalo, is an example of solution. Pwede siyang saturated or unsaturated. When we say saturated solutions is formed when some of the solute can no longer be dissolved by the solvent at a given temperature, leaving them at the bottom or floating in the solution, despite of mixing it again and again. While unsaturated solution is a type of solution wherein all the solutes are being dissolved by the solvent at a given temperature. Tandaan, pag saturated solution, okay, yung solute, hindi na natin kayang tunawin. Kahit pa haluin natin ng haluin. Samantalang pag sinabi natin unsaturated solution, since konti lang yung solute, mas madali siyang dissolve sa water. Okay, for activity 1, solvability, what you're going to do is to study the illustration about saturated and unsaturated solution, then answers the following question. Okay, so nakikita niyo po dyan, All beakers contain 10 grams of water. Then all beakers are kept at 20% Celsius. All solutions are stirred for 24 hours and all the beakers contain salt as the solute. Okay, yung dito, meron sa A and B, unsaturated. Okay, meron tayong 1 grams of solute added sa beaker A. Well, sa beaker B, meron tayong 2 grams of solute added. Sa beaker C, we have 3.6 grams of solute added. Sa beaker D, 7 grams of solute added. While in beaker E, 9 grams of solute added. So, ang gagawin nyo po is bibilangin nyo lang yung dots na nasa loob. Okay, for example, number of dissolved particles. Okay, dito, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 yung dots, so 5 yung nakasulat. So, dito, sa beaker B, okay, bibilangin nyo lang po yung tuldok. Dito, beaker C, bibilangin nyo rin po ilan po yung dots na nasa tubig na nakikita. Ganon din dito sa 7 grams at 9 grams, yung mga nakakalat na yan, yung mga dots na yan. Tapos ito naman po sa ilalim, number of solid particles, titingnan nyo po kung na-dissolve ba lahat. Dito sa isa, meron ba siyang undissolved particles or number of solid particles? Okay, susulat nyo po yan dyan. So, dito po, wala. Paano po malalaman kung solid particles? Ito 17. Bakit siya naging 17? Kasi binilang yun nandun sa ilalim na nabubuo sa ilalim. Ito po yung maliliit na dots na magkakadikit. Okay, bilangin nyo ilan yung piraso niyan. Ito kasi 18 eh. Binilang natin yung maliliit. So, yun lang po. Bibilangin nyo lang po yung dots. At yun yung isasagot nyo dun sa bawat blank. Okay, malinaw po ba? Okay, after na masagutan yan, okay, sasagutan nyo po yung question natin. How many dissolved and undissolved solute are present in each beaker? So, susulat nyo ilan yung dissolved, yung natunaw, yung mga dots. Tapos, ilan yung undissolved, yung nandun na magkakadikit sa bawat beaker. Number 2, which beakers represent unsaturated solution? Sabi natin, pag sinabi natin unsaturated, nadidissolve siya lahat. So, anong beaker? Yun sa tingin nyo, nadissolve lahat yung particles. Then number 3, which beakers represent saturated solution? Ano yung beaker na nagre-represent nung anong beaker siya? A, B, C, D, or E. Nakasulat din naman siya dun sa table. Then, predict what would happen if a small amount of additional solute were stirred into beaker E. Okay, kung dadagdagan pa natin ulit ng asin or particles ng solute, yung letter E, ano kayang mangyari? Matutunaw pa ba siya or hindi na? Write your answer. Number 5, what features in the beakers would typically enable you to distinguish a saturated solution from an unsaturated one simply by looking at the beaker? Okay, ano yung palatandaan para masabi nyo na yung beaker na yun ay nagko-contain ng saturated and unsaturated particles? Okay, tandaan, kapag saturated, nadidissolve lahat. Kapag unsaturated, hindi siya nadidissolve lahat. Okay, number 6, why do you think beaker C is included in saturated solution? Bakit kaya sinasabi natin yung beaker C as saturated solution? Write your answer. Then predict what will happen in beaker E when the following changes occur. Use a complete sentence to support your prediction. Number 7. Okay, kung yung beaker E, dadagdagan natin ng mas madaming tubig. Ano kayang mangyayari? Matutunaw na kaya yung solute or hindi pa din? And for number 8, the beaker is heated. Pag ininit natin yung tubig na nandun sa beaker, matutunaw kaya yung asin doon or hindi po? Okay, write your answer. Sa tingin yung lalabas na sagot. Okay, then after that, okay, our topic for today, we will discuss in the brief introduction. Solutions are part of our everyday life. We may not be familiar about it, but the coffee that your parents drink in the morning is an example of solution. It is a combination of sugar, coffee powder, and water. As we learned from the previous lesson, solution is a combination of a solvent and a solute. It can also be as saturated or unsaturated. For today's lesson, we will discuss the concentration of a solution. Concentration is the measure of the amount of solute that has been dissolved in a given amount of solvent or solution. It can be expressed qualitatively and quantitatively. Solution can be concentrated or dilute. A concentrated solution has a large amount of dissolved solute, while dilute solution has a little amount of dissolved solute. Dilute and concentrated is a qualitative description of the amount of solute in a solution. By adding more solute while keeping the amount of solvent the same, or decreasing the amount of solvent and keeping the amount of solute the same, are the ways to make a concentrated solution. On the other hand, for you to dilute a concentrated solution, just add more solvent and the process is called dilution. Okay, so tatandaan po natin. Yung solution maliban sa saturated, unsaturated, and supersaturated, okay, pwede rin siyang maging concentrated or diluted. Pag sinabi natin concentrated, mas marami siyang natutunaw na solute na particles. For example, nagtimpla kayo ng orange juice. Okay, nilagay nyo yung isang litro pack sa isang pitchel. Okay, so, pag tinikman nyo, tama lang yung lasa niya. Kung gagawin nyo 2 pitchel tapos isang litro pack lang, so matabang na. Ibig sabihin doon, dilute, kasi konti lang yung ating solute na ginamit. Pero kung titimplahin mo yung isang sachet na yon ng litro pack sa isang basong tubig, matutunaw pa rin siya lahat. Pero pag tinignan mo, sobrang tamis na. So, concentrated na po yung tawag natin doon. So, mas marami yung natunaw na solute. Okay, that is concentrated. Pag konti lang yung amount ng solute at mas marami yung ating solvent, matabang, malabnaw, so that is dilute. Okay, so this is an example. Halimbawa, meron tayong 5 glasses of water. Tapos, bawat isa, lalagyan natin ng drops ng red ink. Okay, kung yung isang tubig, yan, lagyan natin ng isang drop. Okay, medyo magkakaroon ng changes sa water. Kakalat yung red ink, okay, magbabago yung tubig, magiging parang pink siya yung kulay niya. Okay, sa second glass, lalagyan natin ng 2 drops. Okay, magiging red na siya. Tapos, padami ng padami yung drops ng red ink na nilalagay natin. Tapang ng patapang yung kulay niya. Pa-dark ng kulay niya. So, titingnan natin dito, diluted, tapos dito, concentrated, kasi mas marami na yung solute na nilalagay natin. Now that you have distinguished the difference between the two qualitative descriptions, dilute and concentrated, the next topic will lead you to the understanding of the different way of expressing the concentration of solute in a solution, as the percent by mass or weight and percent by volume, which are the quantitative way of expressing the concentration of a solution. Okay, so, ito na po, magkakaroon na tayo ng problem solving or computation. Percent by mass, also called percent by weight, is the way to measure the amount of solute in a given mass of solvent expressed as grams solute per 100 grams of solution. Okay, ginagamit natin yung percent by mass kapag solid yung substance natin. At ang ginagamit natin, or tinatawag din siyang percent by weight, at ang ginagamit natin na unit ay grams. Tandaan, pag solid, grams. Percent by mass is equals to mass of solute divided by mass of solution times 100%. Take note that you should use the total mass of the solution and not just the mass of the solvent. You can get the mass of solution using the formula shown below. Okay, pag sinabi natin mass of solution, pag inad natin yung solute tsaka yung solvent, yung dami ng solute and solvent. Kapag given lang yung solute, tas given lang din yung solvent, ang gagawin natin, i-add muna natin yung solute and solvent bago natin i-divide doon para makuha natin yung percent ng solution. Pero kung nakasulat na dun sa problem is percent by solution, so diretso na natin siya i-divide. Mass of solution plus mass of solute equals mass of solvent. If solution is already given, we need to add na lang. Okay, so we will follow the given or yung proseso niya. The steps is yung gresa. So, kapag nagsisolve tayo sa math, okay, G is for given. Susulat natin, ano ba yung given? The number R, what is required to find? Ano yung hinahanap? Then write the equation or the formula, then solution, and then your answer. Gresa lagi. You may need a calculator to solve the problem. Okay, for example ng problem number 1, compute per percent by mass of baking soda. 20 grams of baking soda dissolved in 600 grams of water. So what you're going to do, is G. Sabi natin yung, follow natin yung gresa. G is for the given. The given mass of solute is 20 grams. Mass of solvent is 600 grams. So, kailangan add muna natin yung solute and yung solution para makuha natin yung percent by solution. So, hinahanap natin yung percent by mass. Okay, percent by mass formula is mass of solute, percent by mass equals to mass of solute divided by mass of solution times 100. So, percent by mass is equals to 20 grams, tapos yung 20 plus 600 times 100. So, 20 grams divided by, divide natin siya 620 grams. Ma'am, 10 nakuha yung 620 grams. So, that is 20 grams plus 600 times 100. So, gawin niyo yan sa calcu. 20 grams divided by 620 grams times 100. Okay, yung lalabas sa sagot ay 0.03225806456161. So, pwede natin yung i-round up or 0.03, 2 decimals lang. Ay, sorry, times 100 pa pala yun. So, 20 grams divided by 620 grams is 0.0322 times 100. That is 3.225806. So, for number 2, compute 4% by mass of copper. A 1 peso coin has a mass of 5.5 grams containing 4.13 grams of copper. So, hinahanap natin yung compute by percent by mass. Again, the formula is percent by mass divided by mass of solute divided by mass of solution times 100. Mass of solute is equals, okay, the G is, mass of solute is 4.13 grams. Mass of solution is 55 grams. Next is R. We are looking for percent by mass. Our equation is percent by mass is equals to mass of solute divided by mass of solution times 100. Sorry, nakaurong lang yung mass of solution pero dapat siya nandun sa tapat ng mass of solute. Then, percent by mass is equals to 4.13 grams divided by 55 grams times 100. So, 4.13 grams divided by 55 grams, that is 0.075090909 times 100. Answer is 7.509, or kapag ni-round up natin, that is 7.51%. Okay, pag percent by volume naman, kanina, pag percent by mass, yung ating solute is solid. Kapag naman liquid, volume yung tinatawag natin, percent by volume or volume percent, can be used if both the solute and the solvent in the solutions are liquids. For instance, is the mixture of ethyl alcohol and the water, which are both liquids. A 70% solution of alcohol contains 70 ml ethyl alcohol in each 100 ml solution. It can be solved this formula. Percent by volume is equals to volume of solute divided by volume of solution times 100. So, halos magkapareho din siya sa pag-solve ng percent by mass. Pinagkaiba nga lang, instead na mass, we use the term volume. So, ganun din, we will follow the step Gresa, or writing the given, the required to find, the equation, solution, and the answers. Okay, sample problem number 1. Compute 4% volume of solution formed by adding 18 ml of acetone to 150 ml of water. Our G is the volume of solute, 18 ml. Volume of solvent is equals to 150 ml. Percent by volume is the required, or yung hinahanap natin. So, the equation or the formula is percent by volume is equals to volume of solute divided by volume solution times 100. So, yung given natin na 18 ml divided by 18 plus 150 ml. I-add natin kasi solute and solvent para maging solution siya, di ba? Para magkaroon tayo ng solution, lagi natin pinaghalo yung solute and solvent. So, 18 ml plus 150 ml times 100. So, 18 plus 150, that is 168. So, 18 ml divided by 168 times 100, answer is 10.71%. Okay, for sample number 2, compute 4% by volume of a solution formed by mixing 50 ml of ethanol with enough water to produce 375 ml of the solution. Volume of solute is equals to 50 ml. Volume of solution is 375 ml. Percent by volume. So, percent by volume, volume of solute divided by volume of solution times 100. So, since given na dyan, nakasulat na yung volume of solution. Kanina kasi volume of solute and volume of solvent lang nakasulat. Pag volume of solution, diretso na natin siyang magagamit para i-divide. So, percent by volume natin is 50 ml divided by 375 ml na volume ng solution times 100. Answer is 13.33%. So, i-round up lang natin sa 2 decimal point yung ating sagot. Okay, so the sweetest of them all. Safety reminders. Dispose all the materials properly. Read and follow the instruction carefully. Do not try to mix anything which is not part of the activity, and wear an apron while doing the activity to avoid any stains, and goggles to protect your eye. Okay, marker, 1 plastic spoon, orange powder drink, 1 liter of water, distilled or portable water, 8 pieces of identical transparent plastic cups. Okay, so, kukuha tayo ng plastic cups. Lalagyan natin siya ng tigo 100 ml of water. So, lalagyan nyo ng label na 1 cup, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bawat cups. Then, so yung gagawin po dito is, lalagyan ng label yung bawat baso. Lalagyan ng cup 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, 6 na cups yan. And then, ang gagawin po, yung number 6 na cup, lalagyan ng 100 ml ng tubig. Yung cup lang na yun ang lalagyan. Tapos, and then, sa number 1, to measure 1 teaspoon of powder drink, then pour it in 1 cup. Magkukuha kayo ng isang kutsara ng powder drink ng orange juice, tapos isasalin nyo po dun sa number 1. Tapos yung number 1, lalagyan nyo ng konting tubig, then hahaluin. Okay, pag nahalo na po yun, okay, so meron na tayong orange juice na nasa 100 ml solution. Okay, then after that, nasa number 1, kukuha ka ng isang kutsara ng natimpla mong juice at isasalin mo dun sa cup number 2. Okay, and then yung nilagay mo na isang kutsara ng juice dun sa number 2, dadagdagan mo siya ng tubig. Then observe yung kulay niya. Okay, kapag nilagyan na ng tubig, okay, yung nasa number 2, kukuha ka ulit ng isang kutsara ng juice doon, and then isasalan mo naman sa cup number 3, tapos dadagdagan mo ulit ng water. Okay, kapag haluin nyo, so nakikita nyo, susunod, kukuha ka ulit ng isang kutsara ng juice mula sa number 3, tapos sasali mo sa number 4, then dadagdagan mo ulit ng tubig hanggang sa makarating ka sa cup number 6. So mapapansin nyo, mula sa number 1 na 100 ml na water with 1 teaspoon of juice, okay, so papunta sa number 6, palabnaw ng palabnaw yung kanyang kulay, from concentrated to diluted. So yun yung magiging result dyan. Okay, so in answering the table, you will observe the color. Use the number 1 to 5 to describe the color of the solution, 1 being the dark orange and 5 being the pale orange. So, ang gagawin po dyan is, nanumberan nyo lang po mula sa dark papunta sa pinaka pale orange. So, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the answer dyan sa color magiging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 din pababa eh. For the taste, use the number 1 to describe the taste of the solution, 5 being the sweetest and 1 being the most tasteless. Okay, so I think 1 to 5. Magiging answer nyo sa taste is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 pababa. For smell, use the 1 to 5 to describe the smell of the solution, 1 being the most pleasant and 5 being the odorless. So, dyan po, answer this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pababa. Ayan, sinabi ko na yung sagot. So, sulat nyo na lang po. Then, from your understanding the activity number 2, define the following. Concentration. So, kukunin nyo lang po sa brief introduction yung meaning ng concentration, ng concentrated, ng dilute, and dilution. So, pwede rin sa dictionary, sa Google. So, kung saan nyo po, basta write lang po yung meaning ayon sa pagkakaintindi. Then, from the solution in activity number 2, what is solute? What is solvent? Ano yung ginamit natin na solute and solvent dun sa activity number 2? Which of the cups contain more dissolved solute? Explain your answers. Okay. Alin yung meron dyan mas maraming solute? Base sa kulay. Cup number 1 ba? Or cup number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? For based on the activity 2, arrange the cup from concentrated to dilute. So, i-arrange lang natin mula dun sa may pinaka makulay na baso hanggang dun sa pinaka malabnaw na timpla ng juice. Based on the activity 2, again, arrange the cups from dilute to concentrated. Mula sa pinaka-malabnaw hanggang sa pinaka-ano. So, for number 4, pwede nyo sulat dyan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yun yung sagot kasi dyan. For number 5, that is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 6, how do you prepare a diluted solution? Dilution is a process of adding more water in a solution to make the ratio of solute to solvent less than the original solution. So, paano kayo mag-prepare ng dilute solution? Mas dadamihan nyo ba yung solute or mas dadamihan nyo yung solvent? The number 7, will it come to the point that the solution in cup number 5 will be the same as the sample in cup number 6 by adding more water? Yes or no? Explain your answer. Okay, for activity 2, how's my percentage? Calculate the percentage by weight of the given solutions. explain the difference between percent by weight of solution and by volume of solution. So, ito i-compute nyo lang po gamit yung example na binigay natin kanina. Number 1, compute per percent by mass, 50 grams of salt dissolved in 200 grams of water. So, our given is 50 grams and our solution, i-add natin yung 50 plus 200. So, tandaan lang po, percent by mass divided by percent by solution times 100. For number 2, compute per percent by volume, 40 ml of ethanol dissolved in 20 ml of water. Dito, i-add nyo rin yung solute and solvent para makuha yung volume of solution. So, 40 plus 20. So, 40 ml divided by 60 times 100. Based on your observation, what is the difference between percent by mass of and percent by volume of the solution? Okay, remember, solution can also be expressed in terms of its concentration. Concentration is the measure of the amount of solute that has been dissolved in a given amount of solvent or solution. Concentrated solution contains more dissolved solute than diluted solution. Okay, so by adding more solvent, a concentrated solution will become less concentrated or dilute. This process is called dilution. So, makikita natin dito sa dilute solution, mas konti lang yung natunaw na solid particles. Sa concentrated solution, maraming mas natunaw. Kung dadagdagan natin ng tubig, okay, so magiging dilution siya or lalabnaw siya. Dilution is the process of decreasing the concentration of solution in a solution by adding more solvent. Concentrated solution can be prepared by adding more solute while keeping the amount of solvent the same, or by decreasing the amount of solvent while keeping the amount of solute the same. By adding more water in a concentrated juice until the concentration becomes more appealing to drink. For percent by mass equals to mass of solute divided by mass of solution times 100%. But for computing the percent by volume, volume of solute divided by volume solution times 100%. Solution is equals to solute plus solvent. So for check your understanding, you will answer the question, the taste of your coffee is a bit bitter. How are you going to do lessen the bitter taste? Mas dadagdagan nyo pa yung coffee or dadagdagan nyo siya ng tubig? So write your answer. You want your chocolate drink becomes chocolatier. How are you going to do? So, gusto mo maging mas malasa yung chocolate drink mo, yung Milo for example. Mas dadagdagan mo ba yung tubig or mas dadagdagan mo yung solute, yung Milo powder? Which is more concentrated? 10 grams of salt dissolves in 100 grams of water or 20 grams of salt dissolves in 100 grams of water? Tandaan, pag concentrated, mas marami natutunaw na solute. Then explain your answer. Then compute per percent by mass of sugar, 10 grams of sugar dissolved in 250 grams of water. And compute per percent by volume, 12 ml of acetic acid dissolves in 250 ml of water. Okay, so number 1, so i-add nyo muna yung solute and solvent. So 10 grams divided by 260 grams times 100. For number 2, 12 ml of acetic acid dissolved in 250 ml of water. So 12 ml divided by 262 times 100. Ayan, sasabi ko na. So, i-compute nyo na lang po. Then, after that, you will answer the post test. Read the answers to the following question. Write the letter of your answers on the answer sheet. Choose only the letter of the correct answer. Then, for reflection, scenario, the disease COVID-19 caused by the virus SARS-CoV-2 becomes a global disease, making it classified as pandemic. Due to this pandemic, many people buy and hoard isopropyl alcohol because they think that it will prevent the spread of the disease. As you go to the grocery, you see two alcohols with different concentration, as 40% and 70%. You are confused of which one to get. As you read the labels of these two, rubbing alcohol, the 70% solution said that each 100 ml contains 70 ml isopropyl alcohol, while 40% solution means that for every 100 ml, it has 40 ml isopropyl alcohol in the solution. Which do you think between the two is more effective in killing the virus? Explain your answer. So, ano ba yung mas effective? Yung 70% isopropyl alcohol or yung 40% isopropyl alcohol? So, write your answer. Then, so that is our last module for week 8 for first quarter. So, you have until Saturday night to submit all the outputs. Yung mga di pa nakapagpasa ng week 1 to week 8. So, sige, ipasa nyo lang po. And then, take a picture of your output and send it to me via messenger para hindi na kayo pupunta at magdadala ng output sa school. Picturean nyo na lang po para mas madali ko rin yung record. So, just PM or chat me for any question. So, that's all for this week. Thank you and have a good week. Stay safe to everyone. Goodbye.